So turn off your television sets. Turn them off now. Turn them off right now. Turn them off and leave them off. Turn them off right in the middle of the sentence I'm speaking to you now. Turn them off.
We are here to discuss episode 4 of Succession, Honeymoon States. Just gonna jump straight into it. Day after Logan Roy's death, Shiv is pregnant. We'll just put that in the pocket for now. But the kids are, coming together at the apartment. And D, who is there to greet everyone? Back like she never left.
Marsha, baby, we done shopping. We have shopped enough. We must take a brief hiatus from shopping because I 100% believe she's going to go right back to where she was. And we got to remind people who is the lady of said house. Please don't get it twisted because my name is on that marriage certificate, is it not?
Yes. Like
I'm the one that's in the will. Didn't she mention though? Okay, we got to do a quick callback because when he cheated on her, when he embarrassed her, and then what she said, you embarrassed me, you made a fool of me or something like that. When he was messing around with, dang, who was it? It was that woman. I can't remember her name, but it was like the lawyer.
Holly Hunter, yeah.
Hunter character, yeah. Elastigirl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was fooling around with Elastigirl. She was like, you embarrassed me. And because of that, I remember her rubbing on his back because she was getting all kind of stuff switched up and changed up. And my children are going to be straight. I'm going to be straight. Put it all in there because Marsha has good sense. Marsha knows if you marry Logan Roy, you got to put that, you got to get some stuff in ink, right? Get it in ink, let it set, let it dry. The Bayang did not do that. She did not do that. And it has caused her everything. She don't have anything now except for whatever she had before she decided she wanted to be with Logan Roy. But to answer your question, Marsha, I'm so happy to see her.
Yeah, because it brings back another just wonderful layer to the show, which is like you think we've run out of mess, but oh no, we have more mess in the back. We're gonna bring it out for you, and here we are, like just dumping it all into one episode because, so general impressions part, it was so, and it shouldn't be unexpected. It shouldn't be, but it was so crazy seeing everybody just become unhinged. And it's wild that I'm saying this now because like we've been unhinged so far, but everybody was just completely like people turned into animals this episode. Every single person, even Carl and Frank had bars for people.
They are hilarious, by the way.
Yes.
They're just fun, like they're funny guys, and you wouldn't think that we need a comic relief. You wouldn't expect a comic relief in a show like this, but there they were because they were hilarious, like the whole time. And it's not just overt. We're doing this for a cheap laugh. It's just like it's funny because it's true, and then they just say it because the bars he had for Tom.
This is what the board would say. Now I'm not saying it. This is what the board would say.
Let's just picture that we're in a meeting, right? Let's do a mock board meeting. And what they're going to say is the person who liked you is dead. You're married to his daughter and she don't like you. So you probably wouldn't fare well. Like pretty much.
That was like DMX last verse on Party Up. Like that was, yeah.
You whack. You
stupid.
You broke. The kid ain't yours, and everybody, low key, right? It might be because the kid.
DMX knew. That fast Michael Jackson. Gas.
Do you think it's his baby? Let's put that out there before we just throw it out. We'll come back to it. But do you think it's his baby?
I think so.
Okay.
And I think because we talked about this of offline about the guy that manages the campaign for fake Bernie Sanders. Like, could it be his or like that actor that she bumped into that one time? But I think it matches up perfectly with their wedding, and I think the just sheer contempt that she was looking at him with in this episode proves that it's his, because she had like in the like just yesterday, actually I won't say in the past, just yesterday in the Succession timeline, that is, like she at least like embraced him for a moment. She was like looking like straight past him, and like with anger. She was like, I don't even want to like see your face right now.
Even when he brought up the sweet moments about when he went to see her and all of that good stuff, and she's like, yeah, okay, whatever. That's been a long time ago. And is it because she's angry with him, or she's mad because she's pregnant?
Both.
I also want to add,
he wanted it, she did it.
I want to add that I think that is sloppy, and that's not to say that you don't get pregnant when you don't intend to. I'm not saying that people get pregnant even with everything that they do to avoid it. However, this kind of feels out of place to me, mostly because she's 20 weeks and it feels like she would have done something about this before now. And the fact that she didn't, again, feels out of character for her, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I mean, maybe she's got some kind of strategy, or she's thinking about it, or she doesn't believe in it. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like Shiv would be the person who would keep a baby that she doesn't absolutely 100% want. But maybe she would. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't believe in other options. I don't know. It just feels out of place to me. I don't feel like she should be pregnant. Of all people, I wouldn't think she would be the one that would get pregnant, especially not right now.
Yeah, also a quick programming note. I totally forgot that we have Yellow Jackets in the background. We got to change that.
Sorry,
now.
y'all.
Oh, not for confetti. There we go. Succession background. You can't see the word Succession, but it is underneath us. But yeah, I do think she's a person that would, like terminate that pregnancy if she felt so inclined. But I can also see her being the person that, Shiv Roy needs a legacy. By the way, Shiv Roy does not need a legacy. We need the legacy of Shiv Roy to come to a screeching halt. But yeah.
And it's not, I can't even say that it would be because she think that her dad would be closer to her because of the grandkids. We see how he treats his grandkids. Slap the shit out of one of them. Slapped, what did he say? The can, when they were playing the can game, he slapped the crap out of that little boy. So it's not like he's just
with a can.
He hit him with a can.
He was like, oh.
I mean, he hit him with the can. It wasn't like, oh, okay, quit playing. He hit him as hard. Like, it was very hard. But anyway, I just don't get that part of it. I trust the show, so I think it'll make sense in the big picture. Or maybe it won't. It might just be one of those things where it's like, she is not who she thinks she is, or who we think she is, or she tries to make us think she is. She's just a person who is sloppy and makes mistakes. And I'm not by any means saying her getting pregnant is a mistake in the grand scheme, but I do think it is for her, because she made it crystal clear she didn't want to have his baby. Like she told him that. Mm-hmm. Like, didn't they freeze some eggs and stuff too for like even later on? So it's like she had no intention whatsoever of being pregnant with his baby, at least not at this point. So the fact that she is showing us that either Tom has super sperm, or she just didn't realize it until it was too late. And now she got a baby, which is possible. It's very possible.
It's very possible.
Very possible. It's very, very, very possible. Very possible. Anyway. Marsha, since we were talking about her, can we talk about Carrie right quick? Because I don't know if Carrie is, I do smart. Think there was some attachment to Logan, but the way she's freaking out, I think it's mostly because she knows, back to the gutter you go. Because this is it. And because she even said when she was talking to Rome, he was gonna write something up, but he didn't. I didn't. Yeah, well, he was going to, but what's going to gonna do for you now? Because Marsha was really looking at her like, pathetic. Like she really was. Like, how is she? She shouldn't have shown up. I want to throw that out there because Marsha told her not to come. I want to say that first and foremost. She shouldn't have come. 2, you get whatever comes to you when you come to this lady's house and she told you not to come. I don't care what you got going on because there's not any question of what you are. You are the mistress. Doesn't matter what Logan told you. That's what you are. You know this. So don't come to the house, especially if she told you not to get whatever your things are. They're in a bag. Oh my gosh, she gave me so much life. Oh my goodness. They're in a bag. She's like, I need to go upstairs. No, I don't want her upstairs.
No, you don't.
And it was like the way she called her goons, like, with so much grace. It's just like, girl, this ain't my first rodeo. You are not the first. You are the last because he can't have no more. But this ain't new for me. Like, no, you can't go upstairs. No, you should have got your stuff when you were here last time. You shouldn't have stuff in here anyway, but you should have gotten it last time. And now you can go back to the subway to your little apartment.
Ooh.
Yeah, bars. Now, what was surprising to me was that Rome felt bad for her.
Yeah.
That shocked me a little bit because he doesn't seem like the type who would care about anybody. Like at all.
Yeah, like typically like he like lives for those moments, but he is like genuinely like feeling shocked. Bad for her.
Yeah. Maybe because he knows that they were something, like he did see them together and like maybe he knows that his dad made promises. That's all I'm saying. And then now he knows also that none of that is going to happen. She should have known that. That's my point. So while you're doing all of these things, you should have gotten it in writing. Like that would have been fairly easy for you to do. You either get it in writing or you stop doing whatever it is that you're doing that's making Logan happy to be in your presence. Make a decision. You
got to put it on paper.
Because you're doing
put it on paper. Indeed.
Show me with the paper. It's a whole song about it, huh?
Indeed. Speaking of putting it on paper, perfect segue. The document
is underlined.
No. All right. So here's the thing. I want to ask you a question before we get to that part because that's going to be an interesting discussion. So, Logan's, which is like a declaration of his living will, I guess, or whatever. So, one thing we can agree on, that was very clearly written the first time he thought he was about to pass away. It mentions my wife, Marsha. It mentions Kendall, who was supposed to take over until he like botched that deal in the first episode. So that was very clearly written in
back then.
Yeah. So we agree on that part.
Mm-hmm.
The part where I think we are going to disagree, and this is by the way, like, I love that the biggest question of the year is like, is it underlined? Is it crossed out? Because it's like so silly, but it's also funny to talk about. But is Kendall's name underlined or is it crossed out?
It's underlined. It's
crossed out.
It's underlined. Out. Look at it. And I say that it's underlined because I looked at it again. There is, if you actually look at the name on there, there's not a part of his name that has a line through it, except maybe the Y on the end of his name. I feel like for you. If you want to cross something out, you cross it out. Like there's not unless Logan died in the middle of underlining or crossing out the name, he could have made it crystal clear. If I want your name crossed out, I'm gonna make it crystal clear that it's crossed out. It's underlined. It's underlined. Shiv just a hater. Go ahead.
So my 2 points. There are pencil annotations on there, and you have to think about when those were likely made. my first question is, well, not question. My first point is, like, let's say, someone, just had a stroke recently and had like poor motor skills, and their son like screwed them over, and he wanted to cross something out as a reminder to remove that. Like, because if you see the line starts right under Kendall's name and then it like floats up a bit. So I think it was crossing out, because that leads to my second point. If Kendall's name is on the document, why would you have to underline it in the first place?
Valid point. If you're crossing out the name, why would you start at the bottom?
This goes back to the point we have to think about when this was likely done. Like, I think because like he was it was the shaking hand.
It just wasn't going.
Yeah.
That is a very valid point. I cannot argue the point. It's there. What do the pencil addendum say though? I can't remember. Do they explicitly say anything about Kendall, or who should take the place of, who should take it over since it's not Kendall? Because he did make it clear, like Kendall had a freaking breakdown in the bathroom because he pretty much told him it's not you anymore, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So your point is valid because of those things. One, the motor skills. Two, you shouldn't have to underline it. And three, he literally said it's not you anymore. Like you're done. You're done. But did he save Kendall just to be a jackass then?
Yes.
Okay.
He saved Kendall to keep him in his pocket, like, because that was like when Kendall was like at his it was like at his lowest. So yeah.
Okay. I because of your reasons, I think you have a valid point. I like the fact that we think two different things though. Spicy. Gets the people going. I do still think Shiv's a hater though, because it sure shit didn't say Shiv. That we know.
Yeah, we know what it doesn't say.
It doesn't say. Your name ain't even in pencil.
It doesn't say Siobhan Roy.
Not once. Your name ain't in pencil. It's not typed. It's not crossed out or underlined. It's not on the document at all as far as the company goes. Now, she probably got one of them paintings that they were talking about. She had that. He even gave his watches to his driver or his head of security.
Colin, the head of security, who he says was his like only friend in the world.
So was Rome on it even? Was it just Kendall? Okay, so you're right. That is absolutely the document he wrote whenever that was, a long time ago.
The pencil.
Okay.
I feel like it's the mention of Greg. We just know Greg is mentioned.
Yeah.
But we don't know. So think about where Greg popped up.
Greg can't be who he wanted to take over the company, though. There's no way.
No. No, what I'm saying is the mention of Greg is in pencil. Kendall's name is crossed out in pencil. Think about when Greg popped up. He popped up right after Kendall didn't get that deal done, and Logan was like, it's not going to be you.
He did. Yeah, he did. It was all at the same time.
Saying.
Yeah. Cousin Greg, yeah, it was. But it can't be Greg, though.
No, I don't think it's going to be Greg. Like,
but you're saying as far as the pencil stuff. Okay, you're talking about the timeline.
Exactly. What I'm saying is like the mention of Greg is so insignificant that like we give it like no time in this episode. We just know Greg was mentioned. And I think because I tell you what, the mention is Greg ? In pencil.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, that's what they said. It was Greg ?
Like, who is he?
Pencil. Not even because he knows who he is. It's almost like Greg. Well, yeah.
But in your defense, it does actually help with the timeline. Like Greg's name meaning nothing else shows us that addendum was made at this time. And
exactly.
Yeah. Okay, I give you that. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Okay. She's still a hater though. I'll throw that out there.
But I think this was such a good episode, and I wasn't expecting it to be, because like, for one, I like the reveal of Kendall's middle name, Kendall Logan Roy. And then he immediately says, I'm back on my bullshit, and transforms into that Kendall that we were introduced to. Like, immediately.
Okay. Hugo, he seemed to be smart until this episode because whatever happened with his daughter just seems stupid. Like the whole thing seems stupid. Him talking to his daughter seems stupid, especially since they're not close. And then her making the trade feels stupid. Now I get why she did it because on her, but I mean, in her thinking is smart, but she has to know that she could get in trouble for it still, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's legit insider trade. That's exactly what it is.
Insider trading by definition. 100%
insider trading. That is precisely what insider trading is. Somebody asked you what it was. That's how I would explain it. Say, for instance, the CEO dies and then I find out before everybody else and then I sell all my stock. That's insider trading. So that's just silly. Him telling Kendall seems even more silly because it's Kendall. And I get why he did it because he's trying to clean it up. But it's Kendall.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who else he could have told. I guess he could have told Rome, but I guess that what Kendall did is something you would expect Rome to do, I guess.
Yeah.
But Kendall Logan Roy turned into Logan Roy because using that leverage, the whole dad wasn't in his right mind, he was off and all of that let's shit on dad campaign. He didn't lie. He's like, that's something dad would have done. And he's absolutely right.
Because let's set this. Yeah, I was about to say, let's set the stage with this because, for one, they freeze out Shiv, and it's funny that Roman is kind of like, nah, Shiv, you're not it, you know. But Roman specifically says, if we're going to do this together, don't throw dirt on Dad's name. Kendall makes his first act of like just deception by. Like he hears like Roman's like objections to this, but he goes to do it anyway, which Roman this is a classic pulling the football moment because we know what Kendall is about to do because like he's always been pitching like, oh yeah, it could be all of us, but it could be me, but it's going to be all of us. So
but it could be me.
Well, it could be me, but he's about to freeze out Roman, even though they're like co-COOs. He's about to freeze them out.
Absolutely. And Shiv knows it too. I feel like she knows because she kept the look on her face was, damn, I'm out. And if you guys
you're out.
Guys screw me. And they were like, no, we're not gonna screw you. I'm like, yes, they are. Like they 100% are. And even if Rome doesn't do it, Kendall is going to. Like you're gonna get screwed, Shiv. That's what it is. You don't have the business acumen, you don't have the experience, you don't have anything except the name, which is the same thing they were saying to Tom, pretty much, which is ironic. But the whole throw dirt on dad's name thing, Kendall's a jackass, but can you blame him? Because I mean, again, say for instance,
that's what his dad would have done.
Say for instance, you find out your son murdered a guy, and y'all are on bad terms, and the way you get him back into your pocket is to cover it up, but make sure he knows that you covered it up for this reason. Like Logan kicked Kendall when he was at his absolute lowest. Like he couldn't get lower than where he was, and Logan was like, "Nah, I got you." And you cannot be surprised that Kendall Logan Roy did the exact same thing. Like it shouldn't come as a surprise. Now, the whole go grab the strap on thing was a bit much in my opinion, but that's like his, I guess his ball on the floor.
Mask off.
And smiled. Oh my God, he smiled at the end. Oh gosh, he is about to be a demon. Like he's about to be an absolute menace. And I don't know anybody that can rein him in. Like who could do it? It was Logan before, but now who has the power to pull Kendall in, like to rein him in?
An unsolved murder mystery.
Who knows? Whoever cleaned it up, the head of security.
The siblings, though.
Oh shoot, he did tell him. I forgot. Yeah. I forgot he told him. Would they use it? Would Roman use it?
Yes.
We know. I know Shiv would use it. You think Roman would use it too? I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. Rome seems to have a weird code, though. Like when it comes to
the codes are about to be broken. Like I said,
we know Shiv would use it. She's done it before.
Like I said a few recaps ago, we're about to see the complete unraveling of this family. They're about to go at each other.
Shiv is going to use it. I mean, she she's done it before. She did it with the letter. She wrote that mean, nasty letter back, when he was about to be on Z-Way. So she can absolutely say, "Oh, by the way, yeah, my brother killed somebody."
Mm-hmm.
And she probably won't even be the one to say it because, it's going to be like, "Oh, so your brother killed somebody. You didn't say anything." She can leak it, though, just like he's doing the soft, what he called it, a soft lunch.
Yeah.
They can do the same thing. Because they still have to do the Gojo deal, right?
Yeah, so they're flying. So tomorrow in the Succession timeline, they're flying to Matson because Matson is, Matson's assistant is like, yeah, we understand your dad just died, but if you want to get this deal done, you should probably like fly to Scandinavia like tomorrow.
That was so whack because she was like, "Well, our dad died. Couldn't you kind of like come here?" They're like,
"Dads die every day."
No, you should probably come to us.
No,
he's dead.
Joking, but Manson is like, that's a power move. He's like, nah, dads die like every day.
Yeah, he's dead, so there's nothing we can do about that. So yeah, come on, because they were having some sort of festival or something. He was saying they were having something there, and he's trying to make it seem like he couldn't be pulled away, even for your dad's death, because he's dead now. There's nothing we can do about that. So let's just move on. Jerry is who I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I think she is going to be more of a problem than they're giving her credit for.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't survive for this long without, learning some moves.
And then her and Roman aren't on good terms because I guess he's mad at her because she was like, how does this benefit me or how does this affect my bottom line or something to that effect. So they're, I guess, estranged and she doesn't have anybody to look out for at all now. It's just her. Frank and Carl.
Yeah, I think the old guard altogether is going to be like kind of troublesome. So they like that like I feel like people have been sleeping on them.
Do their powers combine?
I'm inclined to believe so. Yeah,
they have more of an advantage together than they do separately. And with the kids going at each other, it makes more sense for them to combine and then get them out of there and then figure out whatever they got to do later. If they have to.
Because Jerry wants it. She definitely wants it. So yeah.
I'm not gonna push it.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I've done it. I'm not, but I won't push it. So in other words, she has done the job. She has the power. She has the experience. She has everything that Shiv doesn't have. She has everything actually none of them have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
she's actually smart and good at something.
She does. And she didn't have it. It doesn't seem like it was handed to her. It seems like she actually worked her way up to get it and all that jazz. So I don't know. I want to see what happens. Let's see. Did we miss anybody? Oh, Connor.
Oh, yeah.
He moved into, it's pretty much his house and they still kind of put him out.
Yeah, the funniest part of the episode where he was like, mi casa es su casa, and then he like closed the doors. I'm like, you have
Yeah, they're done.
Not even bought yeah.
Because it was what, $63 million he paid? He said 63?
63. And just said it like it's like an insignificant amount.
Yeah, I've been looking for 60 to 70. So if I said 63, she's like, it's done. It's that easy? Man. $63 million. And it's just like, whatever. I mean, because Marsha's done. Like Marsha doesn't want anything to do with any of that stuff anymore. She had to make her point about Carrie, though, because you don't come to my, like, it's really one of those stay in your place type things. You don't get to come to my house and walk through my bedroom like I'm not here. Like, Carrie, what were you thinking? I'm not going to get over there. What the hell were you thinking? What did you think was going to happen? She was just going to say, okay, go ahead, sweetheart, grab your stuff and we'll work out something later. No, you are sleeping with this lady's husband. And whether they're estranged or not, they're still a husband.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever, Carrie. She just telling you. I should have known the bad decisions were going to be plentiful when I saw the bayang. But, it is what it is. Whatever. And she's not going to be on the air because she sucks at that. So, yeah, she's literally about to go back to her tiny apartment.
Yeah.
Bless. We shall see what happens now. Connor and Willa gonna be fine now. I mean, they got the apartment. Willa's got her money. She's probably gonna bleed them dry trying to be an actress of whatever, but that'll take a while.
Yeah. First lady.
First, oh shoot, I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
He might end up being the president. You think we're gonna get into that next week? Because they kind of been flirting with it, but
because I know they say like Mekan was on the way, but he like never arrived. But I think when we get back to when we open next week's episode, it's gonna open still at the residence. I think he's gonna come in then because I feel like we're still there. Like because when the episode ended, we didn't leave, so I feel like we're still gonna be there when we open up with the next episode.
Oh no, we didn't leave. We left with Kendall sitting on the couch, but yeah, we're still in the apartment. And then they actually had the Secret Service sweep, so I can't imagine them doing that if he doesn't come. Like he's got to at least come up there, and yeah, we'll see how that. But they have to leave though, right? Because they got to go talk to Matt.
Yeah, they're gonna leave. Yeah.
So they'll chop it up with him for a second. He'll give his condolences, and then they'll leave to go talk to Lucas. Okay, how do you think that's gonna go? Because they need that to buy the Pierces, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. They do.
Okay. Does that change now that Logan's dead? Can they can't renegotiate? Like Pierces aren't going to be like, well, like they're at $10 billion. Because I would think, well, we offered you $10 billion because Logan was trying to do this, but Logan's dead. So,
but that's the point. They outbid themselves. That's why, like Logan gave them a low number. He was like, "That's the number. That's it." They raised the number. Yeah.
So it's it. They got to come up with $10 billion if they want.
Yeah.
Whatever I can't remember what it is. Because they still, so right now they have a 10. Do they still have Waystar Royco? Or is that what they,
what's going on with? That's what Dojo? Mattson is going to buy, I think.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, so that's all they have then, a 10. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's why Logan made that speech on his soapbox or printer boxes.
Yeah, because that was going to be the part that he was going to maintain.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, it's almost like
the mighty have fallen.
When with Fox, so like Fox Studios, but they kept like Fox News. Yeah, like similar type deal.
Okay. Well, where's she going to get her news?
Off the floor.
That's all we got. Okay. Does she keep the baby? Well, she's keeping the baby at this point. Does she tell Tom about the baby? Like what happens with Tom and her and the baby?
She has to eventually, I guess, when little worm scans
start showing.
I'm a knocking. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, because she's 20 weeks. She'll start showing pretty soon.
Yeah.
Like the Blazers are helping her right now, but they're not gonna be able to help her for long. Like she's gonna start showing soon. Mm-hmm. Is that why she was so upset when he was out being what were they, Disgusting Brothers or whatever
Disgusting Brothers?
Is that why she was so annoyed by that?
I guess.
It seems so stupid. Like this storyline is not making sense to me, but maybe it will. But I'm not getting it. I'm not getting her at all. Not her and Tom, but I don't know. Maybe it'll make sense soon. I don't know. How many episodes are left?
I don't know if they're doing. I think they're doing 10. I don't know.
So that was episode 4?
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll be 6 more. Okay, cool. Well, we shall see. We got a lot of Succession to view then. If it's 6 more episodes, that's a lot. Mm-hmm. It's a lot, but it's not, because the first 3 episodes were what, 2 days? 3 days?
Essentially, yeah.
6 or 3 days. So maybe we don't, because 6 days left. It's just the rest of the week. The season is the rest of the week. We'll see. It's like 24. All right, well, let us know what you guys think. If you have any insight that we may have missed or any commentary. Oh, And let us know if you think it's crossed out or underlined, given Ronnie's compelling arguments.
It's crossed out. There's no reason to underline a legal document. Like that doesn't serve as emphasis.
It's true. I will say it is underlined, but the intent was that it be crossed out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Happy medium. But the whole point is, I think at this point, with what you said, I think he meant to cross it out. Mostly because you said, what would be the point of underlining it? Because there is no point in underlining it. If you're not going to add addendums on the bottom. So like you underline it and then say stuff about it at the bottom, like put some asterisks or whatever else. But I don't know. We'll see though. I guess eventually we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good stopping point. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Until next time.
Peace.